Hi everyone. In today's video, I'm going to tell you how can you file your taxes as a student in Germany. I have prepared a checklist for you, and these 8 points in my checklist will definitely help you. Before just proceeding with the filing of your taxes, please be sure that you have all these 8 points handy. If not, then please try to arrange them. Let's go through these 8 points one by one. The first point on my checklist is the salary certificate, which is also known as Lohnsteuerbescheinigung in German. So, if you have done any part time or full time job during the year, even if you have worked as a work student, then you will receive this salary certificate from your employer. If you have not received it, then please ask your employer for this Lohnsteuerbescheinigung or salary certificate. Second point is driving from your home to your workplace. If you have used any public transport or Deutschland ticket, then you can offset the expenses occurred. Third is job application expenses. If you have applied for any internship or job, whether you have applied online or if you have done any paper application, and all the expenses which you incurred while doing those, then you can offset all these expenses from your tax. Fourth is work or study equipment. If you have bought any equipment which would help you in your work or in your study, then you can offset these as well. Some examples are laptop, mobile, calculator, or anything else which is related to your studies. Notebooks, books, and pen, pencil, etc. are also included in this. Then fifth is home office. If you work from home during your internship, then you can also offset days and expenses incurred while working from home. Sixth is cost of further education. If you have taken any exam or let's say German course, then the cost of these can also be deducted from your tax if you have made any donations. And eighth is tuition fees for private university. I have marked it as bold because let's say if you have paid 10,000 euro in a year and you haven't worked, then this means that you did not have any income but you have incurred expenses. Then you have to offset these expenses for the upcoming year, and I will show you how can you do it as well. And at the end, please keep all receipt and invoices as proof, because tax office can ask for these receipt and invoices as proof from you. Now let's log in to Elster. I will just log in here. I have already generated my certificate, so I can just put my password and then I can log in here. If you don't have your certificate generated, then you can see my other video and you can generate a certificate data for you as well. Now I am in my Elster portal, and first of all what I have to do, I will go to my formulare, and then here I will click on Neue Formulare starten. You will see all the different kind of form. There you need to go to the Einkommensteuer. You need to click this forward arrow button and then you need to select the first option. I am filling it up for 2025. You can select any year depending on your requirement. Then I will just simply select this option and I will click on Weiter. Here it's showing me that do I want to copy data from previous year. If you have already filed your taxes, then you can just click on Übernehmen. Otherwise, you can just simply click on Ohne Datenübernahme fortfahren, means simply proceed without copying any data. I clicked it here, and then Anlage Assistant. You can also go with it, otherwise you can just simply go without Ohne Anlage Assistant fortfahren. Now you see a different kind of form. First of all, we will just make our tax criteria is very simple. So if you are just a student, you have worked, and you want to file your taxes, what you can do, you just need to select three forms. So one is Hauptvertrag, it is selected by default. Then there is Anlage of Fund, it is also selected by default. And the third one which you have to select is this Anlage N. I will select these three and then I will just simply click on Weiter. Now you can see these three forms on your left hand side, and you have to start filling up the form now. If you remember the checklist, tuition fees for private university. If you have not worked but you have paid fees for your private university, then this means that you have an income of zero. There are expenses, which is tuition fees, you paid your fees, and in this case you will incur losses. You can just simply click this option, Erklärung zur Feststellung des verbleibenden Verlustvortrag. If you have not paid any tuition fees, you can just simply uncheck it and proceed with it. In my example, I'm just going with the fact that this particular person, he studied in a government university, he or she has not paid any private tuition fees. Now you need to give your Steuernummer. If you have already filed your taxes, then you will have your Steuernummer on the last tax return. Otherwise, you can also go with this option, Neue Steuernummer beantragen. So I have selected my state and I will give my Steuernummer here. It will automatically take my Finanzamt here, and then I will just simply click on Next Seite. Now I need to fill general details about myself. If you have changed your address, then you need to put your previous Finanzamt name here, otherwise you can leave it blank. Telefonische Rückfragen tagsüber unter Nummer. So here you need to put your mobile number if you want. Identification number, I will just simply put a random identification number here. Geburtsdatum, it's date of birth. I will just simply put my date of birth here. And now I need to fill my name. I'm just filling up some random name. And here you need to put your current address. Then I will just simply put my address here. And your ausgeübter Beruf, you can just write here student. You don't need to fill 18. If you're married, then you can your date of marriage here, otherwise you can leave it as blank. If you are single, then you don't need to fill these values. And if you need to fill here what kind of religion do you have, so I will just go with simply nicht Kirchensteuerpflichtig. This means I'm not in any kind of church. Then I will just simply click on next Seite. So this one is for your partner. So as I'm single, I won't fill any detail about my partner here. I will just simply skip this. I will come to next Seite. Again next Seite. In line 30, you have to fill your bank details. So if you will get any money back from Finanzamt, then the money will be transferred in this IBN. You can just simply put your IBN here, and then you have to select whose IBN is it. Then you can just select it the IBN of person who is filing the taxes. I have just filled my IBN and now I will proceed. You can just simply skip these because these do not apply to you. Now we have completed Hauptvertrag. So this means part 1 of our tax is filled. Now we have to fill this Anlage N. So basically Anlage N is the form where you will fill all of your details related to your salary and any expenses which you incurred while your studies. I will just simply click on plus and I will start with one, and I will start filling up the details related to my salary. So Steuerklasse, As I'm single, it's 1. Brutto Arbeitslohn. I just prepared a checklist that during my studies in 2025, I worked at 2 companies, ABC GmbH and XYZ GmbH. In ABC, I earned a salary of 3,000 euro, and in XYZ GmbH, I earned a salary of 10,000 euro. So I will just start with the filling of first, and if I click on Eintrag übernehmen, so now if you have to put the details for your second company, you can just click on here, weitere Daten hinzufügen. Then in the second company, I earned 10,000 euro. And how much taxes did I pay there? 800 euro. These two salaries and loan store, I just made them up. So in your case, as I said, you need to fill the values, whatever values are there in your loan store Bescheinigung. Now I have filled these two values, and then I can just simply click on next Seite. You can leave it as blank because these do not apply to you. You can just click on next Seite, next Seite, next Seite, and then next Seite. This one relates to your travel cost. If you see my checklist, then it's point 2, that is driving from your home to your workplace. And as you can see that I worked at 2 places, and at both the places I was going to office sometimes in a week. Then I need to put both of them here. So then I will just simply start with, it was my first job, and then I can just randomly put any address here. I need to mention here from when till when I was working there. So then I can just simply put 1st of January till 30th of April. How many days in a week? Let's say 3. In your case, it might be different. How many Urlaubs, Krankheit, and work from home days? How many days of holidays, work from home, sick? I will just put 5 here. How many days did you go to the office? Just write 40 here. Then how many kilometer was it? You can look at it via Google Maps. So on an average, it was around 10 kilometer from my home. And out of 10 kilometer, how many kilometer was covered by public transport? That I have to fill it in line 33. So I will just write 10. And how much did I have to pay? That is for my monthly ticket, and then for it's for 4 months. Then I can just write, let's say I had Deutschland ticket which costed me 50 euro per month, then 15 to 4, it's 200. Then I can just click on Eintrag übernehmen. So it has taken the travel expenses for my work. Then if you want to put for the second one, you can do same and you can fill the values. Here you can put your work related expenses. If you click on this down arrow, you can see if you have used any bureau material, means anything related to your office, or furniture, computer, books, anything, then you can just put those things here. For some of the things, Finanzamt take a pauschal value. For example, like for typische Berufskleidung und Reinigung, Finanzamt automatically take 110 euros. You can put this value here. It's a pauschal. If you want to put any other value, you can just choose it, and then you can just simply put it there. Else you can just leave it blank, and you can click on next as item. Then point 11. This point 11 you can just leave it because it's related to Arbeitszimmer, means your working place at your home, who is the center point of your whole activity. So for you, it would rarely apply. Then you can leave it blank and you can just simply proceed. Now coming on to the point 12. So if you are working from home, as per Finanzamt, you can have a pauschal price of 5 euro per day. The number of days you have worked from home, you can just simply put it here. Otherwise, you can leave it as blank if you have not worked from home. In my case, let's say I will just say that I worked around, for example, like 40 days from home, then you can just put 40 here, else you can leave it as blank and then simply click on next as item. 13 shows cost related to your training. So if you have used anything, for example, like training material or writing material or exam fees, you can put them here. Let's say you wrote a German exam and it cost you around 250 euro, then you can just simply put the value here. Maybe you also bought a book and you paid around 30 euro for that book, you can just put it here. If you have any other thing, you can just keep on putting it here. Let's say you bought a pen as well. If you are done with everything, you can just simply click on next as item. This next as item, weitere Werbung kosten. Here you can put other cost. Some of the examples are, let's say, if you applied for internship or job, then you might have encountered some of the cost related to photocopies. You can put them here. Let's say you went for an interview and you paid for tickets, you can put them here. Any other thing which applies to you, let's say telephone cost, you can put them here. Else you can just click on next as item. It does not apply to you, then you can just skip it. You can just skip and then you can just simply go to the end. Now next to Anlage, you need to go to Anlage Aufwand. So here you need to fill all the values related to your Kranken or Pflegeversicherung if you have paid those values. I will just go to Alte Versorgung. For your Alte Versorgung, you can see line 23AB from your Lohnsteuerbescheinigung. You can fill the value here. And this is Arbeitgeberanteil, like the portion of your employer. You can put 150 here. I will just click on Eintrag übernehmen. Then this Alte Versorgung value is also filled. You can go to click next as item. Now you need to put values here for your Kranken and Pflegeversicherung. It's line 25 in your Lohnsteuerbescheinigung. So if you have paid or if your employer have paid any value for your Krankenversicherung, you can just put it here. I'm just putting it here 560 euro. And on line 13, you need to fill the value of Pflegeversicherung. So I'm just putting up 200 euro. These are some random values. Then you need to click on Eintrag übernehmen. Now you have also filled the values for your Kranken and Pflegeversicherung. You can just skip 3, 4. Why? Because you don't have any private Krankenversicherung. Then you can just simply click on next as item, next as item, next as item, next as item, next as item. Now we have filled everything. Now let's click on Alles prüfen. If you click on Alles prüfen, then you can see if you are getting money from Finanzamt or you have to pay. Now as soon as you open that PDF, you can see it here. Your income was 13,000 euro, which is below the minimum tax limit. So this means you do not have to pay any taxes. But since you have paid some taxes and there were some costs associated with your taxes, so you will get some money back from your Finanzamt. I hope that this video will help you in filing your taxes. If you really like this video, please subscribe to my channel. I will be back again with a new video. Till then, bye.